Hello, let's take a look at the forecast across Europe over the next couple of days. We'll begin with the earlier satellite picture. Not much cloud across Iberia, much of France and the British Isles. This frontal system will be nudging in from the west in the days ahead. And this large bank of cloud across the eastern side of Europe has been generating some very heavy rain and thunderstorms. More to come as we go through Sunday, particularly across northern Italy. Some of that rain could really be quite heavy, maybe even a little bit of snow over the Alps as well. Across Cyprus, Turkey, Greece, the Greek islands, much of the Balkans, looking fine and dry on Sunday. Lots of sunshine. In fact, temperatures are going to be well above average across the Balkans in the coming days. Some heavy showers for northern Africa may just clip the far south of Spain and the Balearics as well. But for much of Spain on Sunday, it's looking fine and dry. Those showers start to get going across eastern France into Austria, Germany, up towards the Low Countries and our Baltic countries as well. So here's how Monday shapes up. That frontal system sliding its way across the British Isles, just starting to fringe northwest France, and some of that heavier rain pushing its way further north and eastwards across Europe. But the heat continues to build across the Balkans. So here are the city forecasts for the next 5 days. Some rain expected in London on both Monday and Wednesday, and then we'll see the sunshine returning, the temperatures rising. It's looking mainly dry in Paris in the week ahead. Some outbreaks of rain in Berlin for a time, but then things turn warm and dry by the end of the week, and the sunshine continues in Athens. Hello, Hurricane Dorian has been battering the east coast of the United States after devastating the Bahamas. Torrential rain, severe flooding, and of course that dangerous storm surge bringing impacts to Georgia, the Carolinas and into Virginia. It now has its sights set on Nova Scotia, making landfall through Saturday, still with hurricane strength winds and still with that torrential rain. And then it begins to ease and pulls away north and eastwards into the Atlantic. Elsewhere across North America on Saturday, with some heavy showers and thunderstorms across parts of Alberta, Montana, into Manitoba and towards the Great Lakes. Across the Pacific Northwest, starting to see some cooler, showery conditions just off the coast of British Columbia. They'll be working their way eastwards in the coming days. Further south, things are mainly dry, but the heat continues to build as we head inland and down towards our Gulf Coast states. And temperatures still exceeding 100 Fahrenheit in Phoenix on Sunday, dipping very slightly on Monday, but heat advisories remain in place for a number of our Gulf states over the coming days. So here's Hurricane Dorian eventually pulling away through Sunday, away from the eastern side of Canada and further south, whilst impact still being felt from that storm surge and flooding, things starting to turn quieter with a lot of sunshine. But it's the heat that's going to be the issue for many southern states over the next few days, with those heat advisories remaining in place. Bye-bye. Hello, we'll get the forecast for Mexico, the Caribbean and Central America in just a moment's time. First is South America, and we'll begin with the earlier satellite picture. This large swathe of cloud has been generating some quite heavy rain across northern parts of Argentina, just fringing Uruguay. More of that to come in the next few days. It's being partly driven by quite a strong temperature contrast. To the north of this, temperatures higher than they should be for the time of year, and to the south, somewhat cooler, and that sharp contrast is helping to generate some of that heavy rain. Heavy showers breaking out across parts of Colombia, Venezuela, the far northwest of Brazil. One or two just clipping the north and east coast of Brazil, but essentially away from the northwest. Most places are mainly dry. As I mentioned, temperatures above average. Here's our heavy rain across northern Argentina, just fringing parts of Uruguay as well. And areas of low pressure will tend to push across parts of Chile in the coming days, particularly to the south, so cooler and wetter here. Fine and dry in Rio, still fairly cool in Buenos Aires with some outbreaks of rain. Bear in mind, temperatures should be around 20 Celsius at this time of the year. Heavy showers and thunderstorms for the west coast of Mexico, a few being generated still in the Gulf of Mexico, pushing their way across the Yucatan Peninsula. Some heavy showers down towards Costa Rica and Panama, and also across parts of Hispaniola and Puerto Rico. But as the relief efforts continue in the Bahamas, things are looking much quieter in the week ahead. Dry, lighter winds in Freeport. In Kingston, things are also looking fine and dry. Bye-bye. Hello, we'll get the forecast for the Middle East in just a moment's time. First, let's head to Africa. We'll start with the earlier satellite picture. These large clumps of whiter, brighter cloud give us a good indication of where some of the heaviest rain has been in the last 24 hours. And over the next few days, Some of the heaviest seasonal rain looks to be across the western side of Africa, out towards Sierra Leone and Cape Verde. Also likely to pick up a few coastal showers for Mediterranean coasts as we go through Sunday to the south of South Africa. We continue to see some very high temperatures, but not lasting for very long in Cape Town. In the week ahead, those temperatures start to come back closer to normal. I'd like to pick up a bit of rain as well by the time we get to Thursday. In Johannesburg, dry, lots of sunshine, and those temperatures will be rising in the week ahead. Further north across Africa, a little change in Khartoum, lots of sunshine here. A good deal of sunshine in Casablanca as well, with temperatures in the mid to high 20 Celsius in the week ahead. Likely to pick up some showers, some of them heavy across parts of Azerbaijan, Georgia, towards Black Sea coast, across much of the Middle East. Things are dry with lots of sunshine, though could just pick up a few showers over the higher ground, southern parts of Saudi Arabia and into Yemen as well. Quite a breeze blowing across the coast of Oman. Elsewhere, the winds are fairly light, a little bit breezier down through Red Sea coast as well. Here are the city forecasts then for the next 5 days. Little change in Muscat and Dubai, and temperatures for most in the high 30s, low 40 Celsius. Hello, time to take a look at the forecast across South and Central Asia, and there's no clear signal for a withdrawal of the monsoon in the week ahead. In fact, we've got more heavy rain to come with a number of severe weather warnings in place, particularly across some western states, Gujarat, for example, and also northeastern states of India. And if we look at the forecast over the next 12 to 24 hours, you can see those blue and green colours indicating the extent of the rainfall right down the western side of India through Rajasthan, Gujarat, into parts of Maharashtra as well, and also up towards our northeastern states as well. Let's head further north now, and we've got some showery rain to the far north of Kazakhstan. Quite cool here. So that'll be slipping its way southwards in the coming days, but ahead of it we're holding on to some warmth and sunshine across a large swathe of Central Asia. But then these blue-green colours indicating the heavy rain really get going down the western side of India, Gujarat, Rajasthan, into Maharashtra, down into Kerala, Karnataka, looking mainly dry across much of Tamil Nadu. Scattering of heavy showers for Sri Lanka, particularly towards Colombo, and again up towards northeastern states, some very heavy rain. So a continued risk of flash flooding in the weeks ahead. We've already seen a lot of rain in Mumbai just recently. It's looking mainly dry in Islamabad, but we could see some outbreaks of rain arriving here by the end of the week. Into Tashkent, some rain will be pushing its way southwards on Monday. Behind that, the sunshine returns and the temperatures start to climb again. Bye-bye. Hello, we'll get the forecast for Australia and New Zealand in just a moment's time. First to the Asia Pacific, where we have not one but two typhoons to talk about. Typhoon Ling Ling has made landfall in North Korea. Now, the winds will be easing, but it's very much a rainmaker, this typhoon. Easily 200 millimetres, quite widely, as much as 400 millimetres in places. And then we have Typhoon Farsai. This is likely to make landfall across southeastern parts of Honshu sometime late on Sunday into the early hours of Monday morning. Again, some potentially damaging winds and some very heavy rain. And there's more heavy rain to come across a large swathe of Indochina, which has seen a lot of rain recently. So an ongoing risk of flash flooding across parts of Vietnam and Thailand, for example. And some impacts are likely in Tokyo from Typhoon Farsai in the coming days. So keep a close eye on the forecast if you can. Across to Australia, where high pressure is the dominant feature for many, but quite a breeze blowing along some eastern parts of Australia. That will continue to fan the wildfires that we have going on in places. Southeastern parts of Australia have got fronts moving through, so wetter, windier and cooler here. And speaking of wet, cool and windy, that's very much the story in New Zealand in the days ahead. Areas of low pressure, and we're pulling up a cold southerly wind from Antarctica, so temperatures quite a bit below average in the next few days. Quite cool and showery in Melbourne in the week ahead, maybe warming up by the end of the week, and temperatures perking up a bit in Wellington too.